All right, this is the lesson video for Algebra 2, Unit 1, Lesson 3. Just want to just talk about real briefly some of the vocabulary. So it's just some vocabulary from algebra that you should just be familiar with, some terms. Speaking of which, a term refers to just any combination of constants, variables. So it could be, and they're together joined by multiplication, so like multiplied. So examples of terms are 2x or just 4 or 3a squared b to the third c. These are all terms. And then as we put terms together by adding or subtracting them, we create what's called polynomials. And so a polynomial is just any string of terms that are being added together by, or added or subtracted together. So then we have specific terms for polynomials that have just one term, polynomials that have two terms, and polynomials that have three terms. Monomials are single term. Binomials have two terms, trinomials have three terms. So these are just some key things you need to know, just some terminology that you need to be familiar with. So that's one major aspect of this lesson. That's kind of the first few questions. And then even in number 6, they have you identify what type of thing it is, whether it's a monomial, binomial, or trinomial. So just go ahead and do that. Remember, if they're being multiplied together, that counts as a single term. That would be like here. This would just count as a single term, whereas each here we've got 3 separate terms because they are being added or subtracted together. Just be aware of that. And then we move on to doing operations. And this is, frankly, they've kind of thrown a lot in at once. And so we're going to focus on just 9 and 10. We are not going to do number 11. I'll let you, you answer whatever you want. I will fix your score if you did not pass. So you just let me know if you see that you didn't pass, and I will fix your score. You have to reach out to me by email or chat. We will cover this in a later lesson. This question is too early. So let's look at these first two. The first one is basically what we call combining like terms. And so let me just jump over here and let's talk about when we talk about multiplying polynomials like this, or sorry, adding or subtracting polynomials like this, what we're able to do and what we're not able to do. So the first thing we need to talk about is the idea here that if there are two polynomials, if there are two terms that have the same variable ending, right? So that would be like here we have x and we have x. So that means these are, we say they're compatible or they're like terms. And so we could say we have 3x's and 4x's makes 7x's. Notice that the ending didn't change. Similarly, if I had something like 8xy squared plus 3x squared minus 5xy squared, there would be something compatible here and here, whereas this 3x squared is not compatible with any of our other terms. So then I would do nothing with that 3x squared, and I would end up with 8xy squared minus 5xy squared. So 8 minus 5 gives me 3xy squared plus 3x squared. That just comes down and nothing happens with that 3x squared. And so this is the basic idea behind combining like terms. So let's unpack this a little bit more, and let's look at another example. So let's say I had 4x squared minus, and then we have parentheses, and it's like 2x squared plus 3x. Okay, so this is a little bit different because now we've got this negative here that needs to be dealt with. And because this parentheses is right after this negative, it means that not only is it subtracting this 2x, but it's also subtracting the 3x. So this could be rewritten like this: 4x squared minus 2x squared minus 3x. So that negative went to both of these terms. And now I'm able to do combining like terms. I have x squared and x squared here, 4 minus 2, so that's going to be 2x squared minus 3x, because this doesn't go with anything. And so that would be my final answer. And so that's more or less what we're going to do. So that example is very similar to the example that you have in, sorry about that. Okay, let's go, here we go, to what you have here. So you're going to add and combine the things that could be combined. So clearly the 7 and the minus 2 can be combined. All right, then we get to multiplying. So let's talk about this. This is what we call binomial times trinomial. So there's a lot of work that has to be done to actually do this problem. And so I'm going to kind of walk us through how this is going to work. So let's go here. Let's open another drawing. And let's do new drawing. All right. And let's do something similar to what we have here. So let's say we have x plus 4, and then x squared minus 3x plus 7. Okay. So this is the problem we have. Now what's really going to be happening here is you're going to be distributing, in a sense, this to all three of these terms, and then you're going to distribute the 4 to all three terms as well. So you're going to do 6 different multiplications when you do this. So we're going to go through each one of those. So we're going to get x times x squared. And then we're going to do minus, because of this minus, x times 3x plus x times 7. And then to do the what's in blue, I guess you'd say, I'm going to do 4 times x squared minus 4 times 3x plus 4 times 7. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the answers to each of these. This is going to be x to the third. You should know that because when we multiply these, this is an imaginary 1, so 1 and 2 make 3. This is going to be 3x squared, and this is going to be 7x. And then down here we get 4x squared minus 12x plus 28. So now we have this long string. Try to put this all on one screen for us. There we go. I'm going to write this all out together. X to the third minus 3x squared plus 7x plus 4x squared minus 12x plus 28. And then it's a matter of finding like terms. So nothing goes with x to the third. So that's going to stay there. Now, there is minus 3x squared plus 4x squared. Minus 3 plus 4 is plus 1x squared. Then I have 7x minus 12x. 7 minus 12 is negative 5x. I'm just doing basic addition there, or subtraction. 7 minus 12. And then the 28 doesn't have anything to go with it, so that's going to be plus 28. And that would be the final answer for that problem. So notice what I'm doing is I'm multiplying every term in the second expression times every term in the first expression. So I would recommend staying organized like I did right here, then writing the whole expression out, and then combining like terms that way. So that's what you're doing in number 10. You need to multiply x times all of these, and then 3 times all of these, and then find out which one of these is the resulting expression when you're done at the very end. X times each one, 3 times each one, and then combine like terms. Number 11, you can put whatever you want, and do not worry about that. I promise we will cover it at a later time. And then that is the end of this video. There will also be, I will post the notes that I just wrote, the example problems, for you to look at on the lecture notes.